Welcome, everybody. My name is Vija Williams with Kinney Companies. For those of you who I don't know, and this is the amazing Frank Klestiz, who some of you have enjoyed getting to know the last few minutes. Thanks, Frank.
Yep.
This is our Wednesday webinar. We are back for the year every Wednesday at noon, except for today, apparently. A little technologically challenged day from noon to 1. And these are designed to give you literally tactical things that you can walk away and use right when they're done. So we are late. We are going to get right into it. Who I have in front of me today is someone I've wanted on for a really long time. I've known Frank for a couple years, and I think he's a genius. I really do. I think Frank Klestiz is one of the top real estate marketers in the nation. So he's going to load you. I know Frank, I know how he presents, and he's going to load you with a ton of content. This is one of those webinars where you could get overwhelmed. If you're driving, you're going to want to replay it. So if you are not driving, I would recommend typing out notes or having notes. I would plan on maybe listening to it again, because I just know Frank, he's just going to start throwing out websites and apps and all sorts of brilliance. And you're going to go, wait, I love that script. And you're going to want to rewind it. So Frank, thank you. Welcome. And how are you, my friend? Happy New Year.
After an intro like that, I feel amazing. Thank you.
Well, good. That's what you're supposed to feel. We're really grateful that you're spending time with us today. And I want to get right into it, Frank. I mean, the first question, and I think the question most of us have right now is, how can we get seller leads from our database? You know, we have these databases and we know these people, and those people want to support us. Give us your wisdom, oh Frank.
Okay. So let me give you the 10,000 foot view answer and just answer it directly, so we kind of understand where we're going today. And then I'll break down tactically how to do it. So Gary talks about this in Shift. I believe a little bit in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, but Shift for sure, about making offers for the market of the moment. So, you know, we can publish podcasts and we can make videos and we can send out things that are helpful from time to time, and we can publish educational videos, you know, do webinars like this and do networking events and mixers. You know, all these are important things to position yourself as the expert and get people to know you and spend time with you and just generally trust you as like a human being, right? But ultimately, you know, you need to make money. And the way you make money is you put an offer out. It's like marketing 101. If you were to go to Amazon, it's a bunch of offers like for sale. I mean, this is very common, but sometimes it's uncomfortable to put an offer out. So what I mean by an offer is, what's an offer that attracts the right bait? And the bait that attracts, there's typically, the typical seller lead generation offer is find out what your home is worth. Everyone here is probably familiar with that. Hey, if you're curious of knowing what your home is worth, home prices in the area have increased. You can click here or go to this website to enter your address, and my fancy schmancy software, whether it's something I believe Keller Williams has a solution for that. There's many out there. Top Producers had Market Snapshot for many years. Kind of a new hot one I've heard of.
Market Reports.
Revit have one. Yeah, this is very common, and many CRMs will have some type of market report, find out what your home is worth tool. And you would maybe run a Facebook ad. You would send an email out to your database to find out what your home is worth. Now, what's nice about that is you get an opt-in homeowner. They don't necessarily want to sell, but chances are the person wants to know what their home is worth, so at least you know they own a home. That's nice. And you also know they probably put in their phone number too. So you have like a permission-based compliance, like a real phone number, than having to like append them through a third party when you're making cold calls. All right. Yep. Well, the game has moved. It's not so much rather what your home is worth anymore. It's now get an offer on your home. It's farther down the funnel. You follow me? So what you're going to see now in a lot of marketing is not so much what your home is worth, because that generates a lot of what they call top of the funnel leads. Like you're going to have a lot of tire kickers, not really interested in selling. They just want what their home is worth. You follow me? But a better offer to put out is get an offer on your home. In fact, as a real estate agent, get the highest market value offer on your home. Get multiple highest market value offers on your home. Isn't that what you do as an agent when someone wants to sell?
And before we go on, I just want to pause, because that is really smart. And I think that there's a bigger concept there that I just want to highlight. And that is, it's all in the question you ask. The answer you get is going to be in the question you ask. And that is a huge concept that you just said, right?
It's the right bait to get the right the right catch.
Do you want an offer on your home effectively, right? It may not be phrased as a question, but it's essentially the call to action is,
Yes.
you know, it's like the end goal. I mean, that's brilliant.
Now, why I want to stress that, I'll go a little deeper on that because you brought it up. We've run multiple tests on what is the language the general public that's not like deep in the industry uses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really, do you want to sell your home or do you want to talk to an agent? It's not. It's get an offer on your home. Ideally now. Because that's where everything's going. All right. But for the most part, it's get an offer on your home. Now, there's different types of offers. Get a cash offer, get an instant offer, get a guaranteed offer, get the highest market value offer. Those nuances are only apparent to us in the industry because we know all like lowball offers and all the contingencies and everything else. But to the consumer, they don't care. They just see get offer on home. I want to sell. Here's my information. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm asking everyone to do on this webinar today is, well, by the time they're done, is to round up their entire database and send an email out to the database saying, hey, if you're thinking of selling, I can help you get an offer on your home. Click here and let me know if you want an offer on your home. That's it.
That's it.
We can end the webinar there.
Right.
Okay.
Done.
So if you were to think about how to get seller leads, we have to round up all the emails that you have.
Mm-hmm.
We have to kind of clean them up, deduplicate them. There are many different systems. We have to put them into an email marketing program. We have to maybe create some type of, they call in marketing, a landing page or a form where people can go to put their information in if they want an offer on the home. And then that has to get emailed to you or get pushed to your CRM. And then, how do I write the email? Someone asked a really good question. It was William Harris. Is there a good way to make a group email personal rather than spammy?
Mm-hmm.
How do you write a one-to-many email that comes across as very authentic and personal? And I have that for you. So what I'm going to do for everyone is I'm going to show you the email right now. This actually is something we wrote at Viral Marketing. So quick pitch. I'm with Viral Marketing, VYRAL. I'm the CEO of Viral Marketing. Started the firm 11 years. And this is something that we do for our clients once a month. We spike response with an offer to your list once a month. And there's many offers. I just picked one of them. That's seller lead. Sure. Who doesn't want that? So here's an example of an email that went out to Haro's list a couple weeks ago. He's a KW agent out in Greenville. Wonderful guy. So I'm going to post this again, since we're on Zoom. I'm going to post it in the Zoom chat. So everyone here that's on the Zoom side of it can see it. There you are. And also if you could copy and paste that and put that into the group again.
Sure.
I already did that. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can likely scroll up in the comments and see it, but Via's going to post it here for you. All right.
And then what we're looking at right now is this.
Perfect. Yep. That's exactly what we're looking at. Okay. So let me change my view all messed up. Give me a second.
Haro is great. He's in Greenville, South Carolina, a good friend. And like I said, we'll have him on. He's full of wisdom. Great guy.
So let me just read this to you if you're listening, if you're driving in the car. I want you to feel the authenticity of this and understand we've been emailing Haro's list for years. Mm-hmm. So there's an existing kind of foundational relationship and they're getting this, but I'm going to kind of verbally retweak this a bit. If this is the first email you're sending your whole list, maybe for the first time. So I'm going to go off script a little bit, then I'm going to go into this email so you can hear it. So here's how this would go. The subject line would be offer on your home. Got it? That's going to get opened. And then when they open it, it says, dear clients and friends, I'm writing you because we do business together. We're connected on social media, or we know each other in some way. I appreciate you opening this, and I just want to let you know that I'm still in real estate, and the market in 2021 looks pretty good from a real estate perspective. But the other reason I'm writing you, now I'm going to go into the rest of the message. Got it? I have a new option if you want to skip the hassle of selling your home this, I guess it's winter. I'm in San Diego. So this winter, spring.
It's very much winter here. So
yeah, I know.
It's
nice down there today. Yep. I can get an offer on your home from companies who want to buy it, not individuals on the traditional market. When you call, just let me know whether you prefer maximum value or maximum convenience. This means you can close quickly and get equity from your home in as little as 7 days. You could pick your closing date. There's no showings or open houses, no negotiating with buyers. You can skip the cost, time, and in some cases, embarrassment of getting your home market ready. the freedom to move on your timeline, no strangers and realtors walking through your home, given you COVID, no risk of 2 mortgage payments. Here's the key. Tell me here if you're interested in getting an offer on your home. And that's hyperlinked, but I'll keep going. I'll go to my investor relationships and companies who specialize in all of this to secure the best offer for you. I can likely get you offer in 7 days without any hassles on your part showing your home to the public. Sincerely, Haro. All right. Now go ahead and click that link and let's show people where that drives to what's called a landing page.
Tell me here if you're interested in getting, okay, we're going to click that link. Here we go.
There you go.
Landing
So
page.
scroll down. An easier way to sell your Greenville home, get a guaranteed offer within as little as 7 days on your home. Request a cash offer on your home today. And they put their information in, and you can scroll down a little farther and look, you're asking for first name, last name, phone number, email, address. Why do you want to sell? When do you plan to sell? What's another option there? Via scroll down a little farther.
Why do you want to sell? When do you plan on moving?
Yeah, and scroll on down. Yep. That's it.
And then there's Haro.
Yep. Easy peasy.
So what program did you use to do this landing page?
Great. So I created that on Unbounce. That's what we use at Viral. There are many like it, but that one is mine. Okay. So don't worry about where it's built. You can even go and probably create something less on Jotform. We've been playing around. We talked about this earlier, paperform.co. There's many platforms to post the landing page. Okay. But all I'm getting at is if you want to generate, let's unshare this via, and I want to step back a little bit for everyone, is Frank, I need leads. Okay. Do you have any money? No. Okay. Are you going to make a bunch of cold calls? No. Well, we're kind of stuck at that point, right? So what do? Well, let's round up your database. And certainly we should send out some helpful things from time to time. You're not asking and making offers all the time. It's not the best relationship when you're making offers all the time to people.
You mentioned it, an offer once a month-ish.
Yeah, once a month-ish or so. Yeah, on top of some educational videos, which we help you do it viral. But, you sending out a simple email, like I just showed you, once a month to your list, back to a landing page. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's been running an ad, has gotten hundreds of leads and sold so many houses. And his offer is get a list of all the ranches for sale.
Yeah. Just
simple as that.
Call to action, right?
So he would send out an email or run an ad, get a list of all the ranches for sale. People would opt in, and that's how he get his leads. So he has permission-based opt-in lists with phone numbers. So I want you to step back for a minute and just take a bigger scope of like, how am I going to get leads for myself? Mm-hmm. Let's start sending out offers like this regularly to your database, back to a landing page with an offer. In this case, get a guaranteed offer on your home. So now I want to step back a little bit farther now of some more nuances of how you do this. So the first thing someone's going to say, well, Frank, I can't get them an instant offer. I don't know how to do that. I don't have any of those relationships. That's okay. So whatever market that you're in, I want you to go on Google. All right. And I want you to type in sell my home fast, Des Moines, Iowa, or we buy houses, Des Moines, Iowa. Just picking a market. Right. You're going to see a bunch of people bidding on those keyword terms. Those are very expensive keywords. We're talking upwards of $100, $150 a click. All right. These are real estate investors with money spending on AdWords. Click the ad, scroll down to the bottom. There's their number. Call them. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. I have people coming to me that want to sell their home, and some of them prefer an instant offer, and they don't care if it's lower than market value. I want to present all options available to my sellers. Would you be able to make a quick offer on a home if you called me? I took you through the house. Could you make an offer and actually deliver on what I'm saying here? And hand to God, they're going to say, yeah, absolutely. Right? So that's one way to build your own instant offer buyer list. I also know that Keller Williams has Keller Offers. Yeah. Keller Offers, right? So Gary has a line of credit, and there's a way for that to get certified or whatever it may be, where you could back up with Keller Offers. In addition to that, you can go to your title company and say, hey, title company, or you can go to a service like listsource.com through CoreLogic and run a list of everyone who has purchased 2 or more non-owner occupied properties in the past year.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
And that's how you build your buyers list. Those are all the active investors in the market. Call them.
That's
Now,
really great. Wow.
now you have buyers. You now can go to the market saying, I have buyers. Now, probably not full market value, but it's a buyer. I can get you a guaranteed offer. I can get you an instant offer.
Here's what's going through my head, Frank, because, you know, I'm in Seattle, and Seattle's similar. It's an expensive coastal market. It's like you in San Diego. It's like the Bay Area, LA, you know, New York, Boston, right? And we don't exactly have instant offers and open door in our markets. But what I know is every single one of us has people, like I will do it, by the way, who will buy something at 80%, you know, value. Yeah. I mean, even if it's $1 million average price point, there's always buyers for a deal. And
I have to say, you as the agent have to get over yourself. And I will say this, but your job is to present all options to the seller. Yes, there's lowball offers. Sure. However, you would be surprised of how many people saying, I just want the convenience. I don't care. Right. And you're actually putting yourself in the way of the transaction. So all I'm showing here is that you can go find who's bidding on AdWords. You can go to the title company or list source or any one of these, you know, search the property records software programs. And let me say that again. Anyone who has purchased at least 2 non-owner occupied properties, single family, in the past year. Boom. Yeah, there you go. Those are all your active buyers. So the third option is, like you talked about, go to OfferPad, go to Open Door. And from what I know, I don't know exactly, but I believe they offer some type of bring me something and you get a 1% commission or whatever it is, the opportunity to get them to pitch maybe an instant offer. So what I want to share now is how you handle these leads. So this email goes out to your list. The same email, by the way, is a Facebook ad. The same email, by the way, is a live read on the radio. Okay. Yeah,
it's a call to action, right?
The same message is, if the message is the same for whatever media you're going to use to get the message out, and it all goes back to, like, you know, this landing page, which can be your website /offers, or maybe you create like a, you know, harrowsoffers.com in this case, whatever. All right. People put their information in. So you're going to get these emails like opt in, opt in, opt in, opt in. And then do you see how these leads are better than find out what your home is worth? These are, I want to sell my house. Much better leads, right? Yeah. So now you call them up and you say, hey, Bob, I understand that you are interested in getting an offer on your home. I'm the agent that can help you. Great. Can you tell me a little more about the property? You tell me why you want to sell. Typical scripts, right? Well, here's what I like to do. Like I said, I do have buyers. All right. Now, when you take kind of a quick offer, the price you get is generally a bit less than probably what it would get on the open market. And I have many people that take those that prefer the convenience. All those benefits: closing quickly, pick your own closing date, no showings, yada, yada, yada. The other option is we can list it. All right. Which means maybe an open house, I got to run a Matterport through. I mean, you know, whatever. Okay. But you get more money. So what I would like to do is come out to your home. I would like to take pictures of everything. I like to take a video. And then I'm going to submit that to all my buyers. And now that I actually see your house, I'm going to actually do like a legitimate what I think your home will sell for research. So my first appointment, I'm just going to do my research. Then I'm going to come out for a second listing appointment, and I'm going to come with offers. I'm going to call buyer A, buyer C, buyer ABC, and I'm going to do my research on what it would sell for a full market value. And we're going to compare them all together. I'm going to help you walk you through the net sheet, if you will, of all these different offers so you understand all your options. And then you pick the one that's best for you.
I think that is so smart. And I just want to reiterate that you are giving options. And for a lot of our viewers right now who are in markets like mine in Seattle, who are maybe we're not used to iBuyers. You know, these expensive coastal markets, we'll probably never get them at the same scale as like Phoenix and some of those, you know, some markets in Texas and Georgia and whatnot. But what I know is that there is a lot of research going into this now, because it's billion dollar industry at this point, right? And there's a lot of research going into this, and we're learning more and more that homeowners, a lot of them are not seeking price first. They're seeking speed and convenience first. And we all just assume that it's price is the number one thing, right? Frank mentioned it earlier. And there's a small percentage of people that we're starting to learn through market research, because Open Door, Keller Offers, all these big companies are conducting a lot of market research, and they're learning it's convenience and speed. And people are just in a desperate situation, or they're highly motivated and they're okay taking 5 or 10 or 20% off the market value.
Yeah. And a lot of times for us to put offers out at the marketplace, because we want to do such a good job and we know so much as real estate professionals, is we overcomplicate the offer. Well, I also want to say that it might not in this. It's just like, what? You got to go out there with a simple message. It might not be the complete message. Just get the lead. They're not making a decision. Then once you get the lead, then you can follow up and you can explain all the offers. That's all I want to stay there. So now let's step back a little bit farther. I've now given you a strategy with maybe like a 2-appointment close system, or how do you handle, well, where's my buyer? Well, I showed you where you get them, right? And they choose, do they want off market or on market based upon speed or convenience and or value. But now let's go step back more and let's talk about how to actually pull this off correctly. Like, okay, I want to do this, Frank. This is awesome. Yes, I love the idea of sending offers to my database to generate leads, which is marketing 101. That really isn't taught.
Yeah, you're right.
Talked about much. All right. So the first thing you have to do is you have to round up your whole database. So let me give you some places of where I would go. Now, if I was a broker, every single new agent that came into my market center would be required to do this. If I was a team leader, every new agent that started with me would be required to do this. So if you've done this or you run a team, listen up, because this is the onboarding process of how you bring on a new agent, in my opinion. All right. So the first thing I would do is I'd say, okay, grab your cell phone and we are going to export the entire address book to a CSV spreadsheet on your desktop. Got it? Great. Next, do you use Outlook or Gmail? Gmail, great. Go into Gmail. We're going to go into your contacts, your address book in Gmail, and we're going to export all that to a spreadsheet on your desktop. Got it? Wonderful. You have any other accounts that you used over the years? Oh, the AOL account. Okay, great. Oh, those are your best relationships you've known your entire life. Let's go into the old let's go. Oh, I got them. I got them. I have
what
my
about
AOL account.
Facebook and Instagram? Can we do it with that?
We'll get there. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So let's grab the old AOL account.
All right.
Do you have a CRM? Are you using Brevity? All right. Whatever it is that you're using. Great. Go in there, grab everyone except the archives that gave you basically fake emails, probably, and all of the unsubscribes. Yeah, and all the unsubscribes. Sound good? So grab all of those. All right. Do you have a dialer? Have you been doing maybe some outbound calls where you've spoken with sellers and you're nurturing them and you have permission to communicate? Let's go into the dialer and let's grab all of that contact information. There's another spreadsheet sitting on your database. How are we doing here so far? So now we go to Facebook. All right. Go log into your Facebook, go to your page, and you click friends, and you'll basically see all your friends from top to bottom. There used to be some workarounds, and there probably are some black hat hacks for you to export the contact information of your Facebook friends. I don't know if there are. There probably are. Feel free to have fun, but I'm going to give you probably a more appropriate way to do it. You're going to need to hire somebody, probably a virtual assistant, to go into your Facebook account, which, by the way, really quick, this is a asterisk. Do not give the VA the login to your Facebook account. That is a terrible, terrible idea. What you do is you open your Facebook on a separate computer and you install TeamViewer, all right? And then you let them log into your computer and then they use your Facebook account on your computer. You watch the mouse move. So they never actually give up your Facebook login.
Hold on. What? This is huge for me right now.
Okay. So
viewer.
I can't even begin to tell you the horror stories of giving VA, anyone really, but especially someone in a foreign country because there's no jurisdiction, is like the primary admin login for some account. And it's not that they're going to hack it. It's that they share the spreadsheet with someone else that hacks it, okay, for their security, right? So, hey, my Facebook gets hacked is a very random thing that happens all the time. Well, it's because someone got your password and got out. So how do you give someone access? You can't like delegate access to your Facebook account or have users on it. So what you do is get a little laptop, pull open Facebook, log in, great. The best one to use is TeamViewer. Go to teamviewer.com. You install it. It's like a PC Anywhere thing. And then they actually just like now control your computer screen on the laptop. And it's really creepy, but like you're like watching them work in your Facebook and do stuff. But that way they never actually have to log into your Facebook account because they just control the computer where you're logged into
That's
Facebook on.
incredible.
Follow me?
That's incredible.
Little tip.
Idea.
Yeah, it helps with like Craigslist posting all the time and stuff like that with IP addresses. So where was I? Okay, so
we're gathering a database.
Yeah. So this VA starts, writing down everyone's name of all your friends in a spreadsheet. They click on them, and many times you'll get the phone number and email address and mailing address is on the profile. Just there it is, birth date. Great, grab it all. Right. Yeah. The other thing they could do is start messaging people. Hey, I'm Via's assistant. She wants to put you on our newsletter. I don't have your best email address. What is it? And they start messaging, Facebook messaging, and start building the list. And what you'll find is the contacts that are your Facebook friends are some of your closest connections because the algorithm puts your warmest connections at the top. Mm-hmm. That's how you do that. Same thing with LinkedIn. If you wanted to grab your LinkedIn connections, I think you used to be able to export it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. It keeps going back and forth, all the changing privacy laws. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's how you do that. Now, on your desktop, you probably have now 4, 5, 6 spreadsheets of like literally everyone in your entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Right? Well, great. This is the business you signed up for, ladies and gentlemen, direct sales, letting everyone know that you're a real estate agent. So here we go. Now, the challenge is many of these emails are kind of bad, like they don't work. And you're just loading all these spreadsheets into a email marketing program like Constant Contact, MailChimp, are probably more of the familiar ones. Is no bueno, ain't going to work. You're going to get hit with spam complaints left and right. So I'm going to share just a little quick. Am I able to share my screen here?
I think I will make you able to if you cannot.
Yeah. So I'm just going to share really quick here. Neverbounce.com. So if you go to neverbounce.com, it verifies the emails and cleans them. It's not very expensive, but that's what you want. This should be a service that's offered to every new agent at every brokerage, in my opinion.
Yes.
So basically, you upload your list, you download your new one, and now you'll deliver 99.9% of your emails guaranteed.
That's fantastic.
Easy peasy, right? So
Neverbounce.
Upload 5 lists, download 5 clean ones. All right. Now you're going to go to an email marketing service. Again, it could be MailChimp or Constant Contact, and upload them. All right. Now what spam is and all that, that's another more in-depth discussion I'm not going to get into. But the best definition of spam is whatever the person wants it to be, whatever the recipient wants it to be. Mm-hmm. Because all they got to do is click that spam button.
That's right.
Fair enough. At the end of the day, spam is whatever the user wants it to be. Yeah. You can have a 100% permission-based list. Everything's great, signed, express written consent, DocuSigned. I can email you and spam, you're spamming. Got it? So that's the ultimate answer. So now what we have to do is we have to write, I want to go back to, I believe it was Williams' question, a personal, authentic, real email out to all of those people. All right. To let them know that you're not a secret agent. You exist. Yeah. That, you're here to help people, whatnot.
You're a real person. You want to let them know you're a real person, not a robo email or an entity.
So what I'd like to do is, if there's a part in the video that maybe you rewatch, is what I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to give you that message that I think that's a little more general. It's not the seller lead gen offer we just went over. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you kind of a longer general message to kind of paraphrase what I'm going to say right now of what you would send out. It should sound very personal, honest, authentic, and should take this, you're completely terrified right now listening to me. I want you to email all these people. And hopefully as I articulate this message, your terrorism level goes down and you're like, oh, this actually might work. All right.
Frank, I'm about to get barraged. My texts are already blowing up. Is that something I can share with our mailing list?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
100%. Okay. Yeah. Just have someone type this up. I'm just going to go outside my head. So, so the subject line out to all these people would be like, excited to reconnect with you. Something like that. And I would say, dear clients, friends, and family, I'm writing you since we're connected on social media. We know each other. We've done business together, or maybe you're even a client of mine. And I want to let you know that I'm selling real estate here in Seattle. It's been a crazy year back last year, and we've been very fortunate that many of the industries that haven't done too well, real estate's actually one that's picked up because rates are just like through the floor. Anyways, it's important that you know that what you hear in the national media isn't necessarily what's going on here locally. And one of my commitments this year to you is actually step up to keep you a little more informed on what's going on in real estate. It's a big piece of our economy. And if you own a home, your home price has probably gone up. So in fact, home prices are up X% here. And maybe here's another stat of what's going on, whatever that is. So going forward, I plan on publishing 2 helpful videos for you, answering some commonly asked questions that I think you'll find useful every month. You're going to receive them. I put a lot of effort in them. I think you'll enjoy them and they'll be useful. But if you don't want to hear from me, because I know this email is like completely out of the blue, just scroll on down to the bottom and click on subscribe, and I hand to God, you'll never hear from me again. All right. But with that, if you actually have been thinking of selling your home, you can actually click here and get like a full offer on your home right now. Like we can get you an offer on your home quickly. Just let me know and you can click here to do that. Right. Or if you're thinking of buying a house, good luck. No, if you're thinking of buying a house, inventory's low. You can actually go online. You can search all homes for sale. You can see pictures for sale on my home search website, and you can go do that here. You can click here to do that. And then, of course, I just want you to know if you have any questions about buying or selling a home, it's one of the biggest decisions anyone can make. I know everything about this. If I don't know the answer, I can find it. So just reply to this email, and here's my phone number. I'm happy to help. Look forward to communicating with you via. That's the message.
And that's very typical Frank long narrative style that I would say is one of your signatures. It's long, it's narrative, you don't shy away from that. That's a really great Frank email. That takes skill to kind of learn how to write like that, but it's what you're doing is you're trying to enter the conversation in the person's head of really connecting with this person and coming across as very honest, where it's like, they'll open it, they'll look at it, and it's just like straight text. And it kind of pulls you in and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Not click report spam. Right. That's really what I'm going for. It's just enough of a hook to get you to keep reading before you know it, you're reading the email. Yeah. So that's called our kind of when a client comes on board, by the way, this is what we do. All right. But like I grab all your lists, we scrub them. You could certainly do this yourself or give it to your office assistant. And then you send out like the reconnect message. And I love sending it out because everyone's like, you spend money on marketing. It's like, oh, am I going to get business? Am I going to get results? And the reconnect message goes out and you see the opt-ins blow up. You see the people registrations on the website and some people reply back. You're like, oh, yes. Right. So and great. Yeah. So again, what I showed you here earlier in the webinar is, going forward, you send out an email to your database about getting an offer on their home back to a landing page to generate leads. And there's other offers. What are some other offers? Hey, if you want a list of all the homes for sale that are the most affordable, click here and get it. Hey, if you want to know what your home is worth, click here to get it. Hey, I'm holding a workshop or seminar, click here to register. These are all typical offers. 5 things you can do to, boost the value of your home. 3 things not to do to sell your home right now. Our off-market list of properties, there's a ton of calls to action that you can do. Yeah. So to kind of bring this together for everyone on this promise of how do we generate free seller leads from our list is if you were to go back and listen to this, you realized, man, I haven't sent just a direct offer out to my list like ever. Never really occurred to me. Thank you, Frank. All right, great. Well, where's my list? Well, it's all over the place. It's in that system, and that system, and that system, and that system. Well, I got to export them all, right? And I got to probably, if you want to get it delivered without getting like a error message or a shutdown message from whatever service you're going to send the email out, like a MailChimp or Constant Contact, or what we use at Viral Marketing is we use a service called Emma. That's probably my preferred one, EMMA. You got to scrub them and deduplicate them and upload them there. And what's nice is also after they're scrubbed, when you upload them to, say, Constant Contact or Emma, it will automatically deduplicate them all too. So now you have like this clean, centralized list. Yeah. And what you're referring to for those people who don't understand watching is services like Constant Contact and MailChimp will kick you off. They'll suspend you and sometimes expel you if you get too many either spam complaints or bounce backs, right, Frank?
Bounce backs, yeah. If you mail to a really dirty list
Yeah.
and you send a spammy type message, they're going to boot you.
They'll boot you. Yeah.
So what I'm showing you is probably taking, by the loosest definition, your meds, okay?
Mhm.
Getting as clean as possible and sending out an email
Yeah.
that's the least likely to get reported spam.
You know, really quick on that though, Ben and I always tell people you should not send emails out through your CRM. You should always use a third party, like Frank's talking about, always, because if somebody opts out of that, guys, they're opting out of your IDX, they're opting out of home search, they're opting out of, because of very strict laws, they're opting, you can't really contact them. So if they opt out of Emma or MailChimp or Constant Contact, you still have them hopefully on getting their market reports, hopefully, and doing their home search. So no matter what CRM you have, you should use a third party for your emails.
Yes. So now you have all these emails loaded up. And you have really two options at this point. You can send more of the generic Reconnect message that I articulated earlier in this webinar, or you can send maybe the modified email message. And let me put that in the chat one more time. This is the kind of the seller lead generation message to get an offer on your, I'll post it right here for Zoom, and then maybe you can post it in the Facebook group again.
We'll post it in Facebook, and we can also send it there.
And what I did there, given this example, is for a client who's been communicating with their list already. I adjusted this earlier in the webinar with a little different lead at the top to kind of, this is the first time I'm ever hearing from you, then it leads into the message type of shift. So people read that, they click the link, and it goes back to a form. Someone's going to have to create that for you, but you have right there the messaging. That's the work. You have the email, you have what goes on the landing page with a form. That's it. All right. People opt in.
And this was the horror
one. That is correct. Yeah. People opt in, you get an email, you follow up. I gave you kind of the script of, do you prefer convenience or value? You let them know you can present all offers. One of the things I left out is, how do you get paid? Typically you ask for a 1-day listing with your fee, and then you bring the buyer, whoever the investor is. So I think you just do like a short-term listing and just sign the paperwork. And
a couple ways you could do it. You could do a non-exclusive listing. Every market's different. There's
every market is different. I'm not the expert in that. That's probably a question for your broker.
Yeah, I would prefer everybody talk to their individual broker and not.
Talk to your broker. Yeah, talk to your broker on that one.
Broker, but I don't want to.
But there is a way to get paid, and you have to probably have a lot of disclosures of who's representing you. Right.
Exactly.
So. And there you go. That's how you get seller leads from us.
So much gold in there, because it's really funny, because when I promoted this webinar, I was like, here are all the things you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to get a response from database email. You're going to learn how to get seller leads from your database, all of the things, right? You literally, with this one exam, kind of walking us through this one process, you answered every single question. Because even if someone is watching and they're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to do that offer thing, it's a concept. What you're really sharing is a concept of an offer.
That's a big takeaway.
Yeah, that's
the principle. The principle behind what I'm sharing here is, I should probably start sending regular offers out to my list and writing more personal, kind of long copy email to do it.
And I would say, Frank, what struck me when you started kind of walking through this is what a rock star you look like if you are just constantly offering things like that to your database. Yeah. It doesn't matter if they're 5 years down the road. If someone was just giving me offers like, hey, I've got a list of 5 most important remodels you could do this year. Let me know if you want that. Or I could give you an offer on your house now. I could talk to you about your market value. If they were just constantly offering me things like that, I think it's kind of a game changer. I think this is one of the most important webinars we've ever done, because it's easy, it's purposeful. It's one of the ways you just added a purposeful element to communicating to our database.
Let me give you the free home value report offer. So let me actually leave with this, because someone's like, oh, I don't have a landing page to kind of get an offer on your home, and there's too many hoops I have to go through to do that. But I do have, Brevity, and it has the free home, find out what my home is worth offer, which is a little more upstream, right? We sent this out I have permission to share this. Steve, most home value entries of any email I've ever sent. Would you guys like to see that?
Yes, please. This is so exciting.
Let me find it. Got it. Here we go. Friends and clients, mortgage rates keep hitting new record lows and homeowners are taking notice. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate already dropped 13 times this year to never before seen levels. It currently stands at 2.72, which is 0.5 lower than 6 months ago and a full percentage point lower than 1 year ago. That's why for many homeowners right now makes a great opportunity to refinance. 4.6 millionaires have already refinanced their mortgage this year. However, according to Black Knight, a mortgage technology data provider, there are still 19 before high quality mortgage refinances. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, I'll give this to you. Enter your address here to find out what your home is currently worth. Got it?
So
now, where do you think this goes? Boom.
To the landing page.
There you go.
There you go. That looks like Brivity.
Is it? Maybe. Yeah, KW. There you go.
There you go.
Done.
That is, that's amazing. I mean, this has been pure gold. You know, I warned everybody, if you were driving, you're going to want to like watch this on replay again. This is just one of those super content rich webinars. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing. We're going to share all of these tools with everybody on our list. And I do apologize for the technical malfunction today. Wanted to take this opportunity to promote. We have an incredible lineup this year, you guys, incredible. And by the way, I want to thank all of you. I've been getting some really great suggestions from you guys, from our viewers. Mark Gant emailed me something I thought was pure genius. And he goes, Vija, can we just have people come on and that are doing really well and give their listing presentations and their buyer consults? Like simple, just do it. Yeah. So I'm like, that's brilliant. So I asked Ryan Gregg, who I think is one of the top listing agents in Washington State, here in my neck of the woods. I asked him to come and give his entire listing presentation Wednesday the 20th. So that's 2 weeks from today. And we're going to start to profile regularly agents giving their buyer consult and listing presentations. Next week, we've got the man himself, Ben Kinney. Ben's going to come on and tell us all what we should be focusing on in 2021. Get on that one early. It's going to be packed. It's going to be great. After that, on the 27th, we've got Christy Bell Grossman and Stephanie Brackett. They are going to go all into that first hire, that first admin hire. What do you look for? What do you need? What are the pitfalls? They are ops bosses extraordinaire. And then after that, we've got Josh Anderson, runs an award-winning team in Nashville, Tennessee. And he's just going to go through, he does very well with agent referrals. And he's going to go through all of the mistakes and kind of walk us through how we built his team. And we have way more to come after that. But stay tuned. Get on our list if you're not on it. Frank Klestiz, we appreciate you. Thank you for your time. And we will see you guys next Wednesday with Ben Kinney, everybody.